Tool Tuesday. These are going to be every week on Tuesdays. We're going to share different tools that I've been using and loving that are making my life easier, that I think you guys can really benefit with too. Now, I will preface the fact that I am a daughter of an engineer, so someone who is obsessed with spreadsheets. My dad was a spreadsheet junkie growing up. He had spreadsheets on almost everything. Even now, he does his stocks on a spreadsheet. He does his fantasy baseball on a spreadsheet. And me and my sisters will always make fun of him because he's like the spreadsheet guy. But it turns out all of us are spreadsheet lovers as well. So while he is like a Microsoft spreadsheet kind of guy, I did love Google spreadsheets for a long time. But what I've been doing is I've been using Airtable for a while now. And I have been loving it. And the reason why I love it so much is the fact that you can actually upload images to it. Now, I've shared about Airtable in my different Instagram challenges, and really showing you guys that I've used Airtable to track my Instagram posts. And I'm going to show you just an example of this. This is an old one. But to track, and what I mean by uploading images in the cells, you cannot do this on Google Spreadsheets. I don't know if you can do this in Microsoft, but here you can. So I can actually go through and I can upload images directly to this. So this I use, this is a spreadsheet I use for myself and for clients where I can say, okay, on this day of the week, at this time, this is the different kind of posts I'm creating, and these are the actual images I'm sharing. This is the copy that we used. These are the different hashtags we used. These are the people we tagged in the posts. This is what our following was. This is how many likes we got. This is our engagement rate and our comments. And I've calculated all of this. So this is what I really started using Airtable for. I also love about Airtable is that you can color code things. You guys know I love color coding everything. So for my own business, I use it for so many different things. So I'm going to actually break it down for you. So this is where I really share and keep track of my own Instagram content. So that's what that one is. My Instagram connection, this is something that I haven't really used in a while, but it was something that I was using more. Actually, no, that's not right. It was supposed to be my connection, my engagement, but I don't think I fleshed this out correctly. So I am going to create a spreadsheet for Instagram connection, which is basically my engagement. The different accounts that I've been using, that I've been talking to, the followers of people that I've been connecting with, that's what I'll use that for. My hashtag collections. So I have so many different hashtags for all of my different clients and myself all here. And they're just saved in different categories. So when I share a Hot Mess Monday, this is the hashtags that I use. And I have a whole bunch of different ones for every category. So hashtag research. So that would be something like different people that I see, what are the hashtags that they are associating with themselves? That's kind of what I've been doing with that. Income streams are the different products and offerings that I have. My Instagram intensive series, this was really tracking how many people signed up, what the date was, how many subscribers I had at the time, different notes that I had, the totals and the dollar amount at the end, what I made from that challenge. So that is something I use to keep track. There's just so many things, right? Creative market products I have in here. Goal setting I have in here, my different Facebook content, just like my Instagram content, I can keep track of that here. I have, this is for a friend, a hashtag. I have Gary Vaynerchuk Nuggets of Wisdom. So I will watch his videos or listen to his podcast, and I will actually write down the different things I get out of it and the timestamp for him. And I actually got the idea for this because I have a client, Heidi, that I do the same thing. This is how I create all of her micro content. I will list off, the different broadcasts she does. I will write the notes from the broadcast when I'm listening to her, and I will turn that into her emails, her Facebook posts, Instagram posts, anything like that. So I was doing the same thing, and I will actually probably create separate tables for also Amy Porterfield, who I listen to all the time, and just anyone that I'm listening to for education purposes, pulling out that information so I can reference back to it later. Here I have a Zapier connection built out where automatically when I get new followers on Instagram, it's supposed to load them in here. And it's been doing that. So that's really cool, where I can actually go through and use that information and engage with these people and just make sure they know that I know that they're following me and that I appreciate them. So that is a plan that I'm going to start kind of fleshing out more in January. So really showing people that I really engaging with people that are engaging with me. That's the main focus of that. The feed reviews, I've been doing this a ton lately. These are the different people that I've requested for me to review their feed, and I put their links here, and then I've put, okay, what were their questions? How have I posted them? Keeping track of that stuff. And monthly growth tracking. This is to keep track of all of my social media feeds and my growth there. And I have a whole bunch of different, so these are bases, right? And there's different tables within the bases. Here are different teams, they call it. So my stock brand subscription I keep track of. These are different like clients that I've been doing work for in the past, keeping track of their stuff. A beta Instagram management group that I was keeping track of here. Another client, different templates that people can copy, more client work. Here is my a project that I have in the works right now, and I'm going to probably change the name of this, but it is a really fun book and wine club project. So I have that kind of information here. My financial tracking. Now I'm going to be honest, like QuickBooks threw me for a loop and I hated it. I hated every second of it. So I started keeping track of my financials just here in this Airtable spreadsheet, and I love it. It totally makes sense for me here. Also, Christmas list, my anniversary party that we're hosting, all of the financial stuff and budgeting things go here in this team. Twiggy post, when we redid her website, we kept track of all of her bundles in here. Another client that sells jewelry, I kept track of their stuff in here. Different health and wellness I've been using. So my kids, when they get sick or they're noticing, Evelyn has like dietary issues, I think, maybe. So we're going to keep track of like how she feels every day and what she's been eating in case it's like a gluten allergy or a dairy allergy or whatever. I try to keep track of it all here because it just makes sense for my brain. Our home renovations. This is our last team that I just created. Basically, I go in here and I keep track. These are the different rooms of the house or areas, and I'm going to make notes of it. And they each have their own individual tables. And we, of course, add attachments. We write down the price of the different ideas. Like we add links to where we can find these things. And it's really awesome. So hopefully this gave you an idea of the different ways you can use Airtable. You literally, anything you might need to map out or keep track of, these spreadsheets are my very favorite thing. So feel free to dive in. It's free to sign up. I've never paid for anything except for I do have a paid account in my financial, and I've used my credits from referring people for that. So I still haven't paid any money. So it's an awesome platform. If you are at all into organization or you're trying to get productivity in line or anything you need to keep track of, I do recommend you giving it a whirl.